shouldn't be telling this story. Even now, as I record my own voice, my hands are still shaking. That night, I saw something beyond the trees, a tall, thin, faceless figure standing perfectly still, as if it was waiting for me. I knew I should close the window. I knew I should run, but for some reason, my feet moved closer instead. I followed it into the forest, and ever since that night, my life has never truly gone back to the way it was.
I don't know if this story will sound like a nightmare or the confession of a broken mind. What I do know is that everything I'm about to tell you really happened to me, and even now, I'm still haunted by it. If you're new to this channel, I ask you to take a moment to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Your support doesn't just keep this channel alive, it makes sure this story doesn't end here, because what I went through may not be over yet. That night was supposed to be ordinary. The clock on my bedroom wall read 10:57 p.m., and I was still awake, listening to the wind scraping against the window. I'd grown up with the forest behind my house, dark, dense, always the same. It had never felt threatening, not until that night. I was standing by the window, just making sure the curtains were fully closed, when my eyes caught something that didn't belong there. At the edge where the porch light faded into the darkness of the trees, a tall figure stood motionless, instantly stealing the air from my lungs. Its body was unnaturally thin, like a shadow forced upright. Its height made no sense, taller than the young trees around it. I tried to convince myself it was just an illusion, a tree trunk, a trick of the light. But the longer I stared, the clearer one horrifying detail became, sending a chill through my chest. The figure had no face, no eyes, no mouth, just a smooth, pale emptiness turned directly toward my house. I wanted to step back. I wanted to look away and close the curtains, but my body wouldn't move, as if something was holding me in place. My heartbeat grew so loud I could hear it pounding in my ears. The figure didn't move at all, yet somehow I felt watched far more intensely than a normal stare. Then, without warning, it moved, not toward me, but slowly turning away and walking into the forest. Its steps were calm, almost polite, as if it knew I was still watching. And that's when the strangest feeling washed over me. Not fear, not panic, but a powerful urge I couldn't explain, as if something deep inside me was whispering, "Follow." I remained frozen as the figure disappeared between the trees, but the cold pressure in my chest didn't fade, it only grew heavier. And for the first time in my life, the forest I had always known felt unfamiliar, as if in that moment something had noticed me and chosen me. I don't really remember the moment I made the decision. All I remember is my body moving while my mind lagged behind. My hand grabbed my jacket, my feet carried me out of my room, and before I could even question what I was doing, I was standing at the front door. The moment I opened it, the night air hit me. Cold, damp, heavier than usual. I stepped outside, and the door slowly closed behind me with a soft click that sounded far too loud in the silence. My chest tightened, as if something had just been locked shut. Not the door, but my way back home. I walked toward the forest without looking back. The porch light was still on, but its glow felt too weak to follow me. With every step, my house looked smaller, farther away, until it felt like a place that no longer recognized me. And that's when I saw him. Slender Man stood at the edge of the trees, clearer now. I had to tilt my head just to look up at him. His body seemed wrapped in darkness, swallowing the light around him. He didn't move. He didn't step closer. He didn't threaten me. He just waited. I stopped a few feet away, my breath shallow and uneven. Every instinct in my body screamed at me to turn around, but my legs felt heavy, as if invisible roots were creeping up from the ground, holding me in place. That's when the realization hit me. He wasn't forcing me. He wasn't pulling me. He wasn't chasing me. I was the one choosing to move forward. The moment I stepped into the forest, everything changed. The air felt thicker, quieter, as if sound itself had been swallowed by the trees. The light from my house vanished behind me, and the darkness closed in like a curtain slowly being drawn. Slender Man began to walk. His steps made no sound, too smooth for something that was supposed to touch the ground. I followed him, one step at a time, with the strange feeling that if I stopped now, something far worse would happen. And that's when the fear truly settled in. I wasn't being led into the forest. I was being cut off from the world I knew. The farther I walked, the more certain I became that something was wrong with this place. The forest I'd known since childhood had never felt like this. The trees were packed too tightly together, their trunks rising at strange angles as if they were leaning toward me. The ground beneath my feet felt soft, but not wet, more like it was pulling at every step I took. What disturbed me the most was the silence. No insects, no night birds. Even the wind seemed to have stopped breathing. I stopped walking and suddenly realized how loud my own footsteps sounded, echoing inside my head. When I looked up, Slender Man was closer than before. He stood among the trees, his body partially swallowed by shadow, yet close enough to make my chest tighten. I tried to speak, just one word, anything, but when I opened my mouth, no sound came out. My head began to feel heavy, my vision subtly vibrated like I was seeing the world through cracked glass. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught something moving, too fast to focus on. A black shape darted between the trees, then vanished the moment I turned my head. I started walking again, not because I felt compelled to, but because I was afraid to stop. Every time I slowed down, the pressure in my head intensified, as if something inside was pushing me forward. My breathing grew shallow, and my heartbeat turned erratic. Slender Man stopped in a small clearing. The ground there was bare, no leaves, no grass, as if life had abandoned it long ago. When I stood a few feet away from him, a cold sensation crept from the back of my neck straight down my spine. Slowly, something began to move from his back. Not arms, not shadows, but long, black, flexible shapes like tentacles emerged one by one, drifting slowly through the air. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream, but once again my body refused to obey. And that was the most terrifying realization of the night. The forest wasn't consuming me. The forest was handing me over to something that had been waiting for a very long time.
I don't know exactly when the pain started. At first, it was just a low hum in my ears, like electricity buzzing too close.
Then it slowly turned into pressure, as if my skull were being crushed from the inside. I pressed my fingers against my temples, trying to stay on my feet, but the world around me began to shake. And then I heard it. Not a sound from outside, not from Slender Man, but from inside my own head. Don't fight it. You've already gone too far. You belong to us now. Each word felt like it was being planted directly into my mind. I tried to remember who I was, where I came from, but my memories blurred, like old photographs fading with time. Even my own name felt unfamiliar on my tongue. Slender Man moved closer without making a sound. Now he was only a few steps away. From his body, the black tentacles became more active, drifting through the air, not touching anything, yet making me feel restrained. A cold sensation crept up the back of my neck, then spread to my shoulders, like something was clinging to me even though I couldn't see it. Suddenly, my phone vibrated in my pocket. I didn't remember bringing it with me. My hand moved on its own and pulled it out. The screen lit up. No signal, no battery power that should have been left. One photo was open. It was me, standing in the middle of that empty clearing, my face blank, my eyes dark, and right behind me, Slender Man stood incredibly close, his tentacles almost brushing my head. My chest tightened. I dropped the phone, but the image stayed burned into my mind, like it had been forced there. The whisper returned, softer now, closer. Look at yourself. This has already happened. You're just remembering it now. I collapsed to my knees. The ground felt cold and lifeless beneath me. Tears fell without a sound. For the first time that night, I knew for certain if I stayed there 1 second longer, I wouldn't come back as myself. And in the middle of the chaos, one small thought surfaced, nearly drowned out by the pain. If I wanted to survive, I had to make a choice right now.
I don't know where the courage came from. In the middle of the whispers crashing inside my head, in the middle of the pain that made me want to give up, a small thought surfaced, weak but stubborn. If I stay still, I'll disappear. I squeezed my eyes shut as hard as I could, not to pray, but to shut out whatever was trying to get inside my mind. I took a deep breath, and when I opened my eyes again, I ran. My body moved without direction. I crashed through branches, fell, got back up. My lungs burned. My chest felt like it was about to explode. Behind me, I felt something moving fast, not footsteps, but a rush through the air, as if the forest itself was chasing me. The whispers turned into angry screams. The pressure in my head peaked, darkening the edges of my vision. My hands felt ice cold, like something was gripping me and refusing to let go. I finally screamed, and this time the sound came out, broken and desperate. I don't know how long I ran. Time stopped meaning anything. Then suddenly, my foot caught on something, and my body slammed hard against the ground. I rolled over, covered my head, bracing for the next wave of pain that never came. When I opened my eyes, there was light. Morning sunlight filtered through the trees. Birds were singing, faint but real. I lay there at the edge of the forest, gasping for air, my body filthy and shaking. The woods behind me looked normal, too normal. I stared down at my hands. On my wrist was a long, dark mark, like a stain or a bruise shaped like fingers. When I touched it, A cold sensation spread straight down to the bone. I went home without telling anyone. No one believed my story. Even I doubted it, until I looked through my photos a few days later. In the distance, between the trees, there was always a tall figure standing perfectly still. And that's when the fear that never truly left me returned. Did I really escape? Or was I simply let go? Since that night, my life has looked normal again. I still wake up in the morning, I still talk to people, I still laugh sometimes, but deep inside me, something changed, and it never went back to the way it was. I learned one thing the hardest way possible. Not every curiosity needs an answer. Some things in this world survive as legends, not because they aren't real, but because getting too close to them is dangerous. If you live near a forest, an isolated place, or somewhere people say is haunted, trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, don't go looking for proof. Not everything that calls out wants to be found, and not everything that lets you go has truly released you. Thank you for listening to my story until the end. If you're still here, write this in the comments: I'm still here. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. See you in the next video, if I still get the chance to tell it.